हेलो स्टूडेंट्स, कल हमने ग्रेविटेशन के इंट्रोडक्शन के बारे में देखा था। आज हम पढ़ेंगे न्यूटन्स लॉ ऑफ ग्रेविटेशन। न्यूटन्स लॉ ऑफ ग्रेविटेशन। दिस लॉ इज आल्सो known as universal law of gravitation. Universal law of gravitation. This law says that when two different mass objects are separated by a finite distance, then the total force of attraction due to its gravity is directly proportional to the product of the masses of object and inversely proportional to the square of the separation of the centers of these objects. Okay, suppose that there are two different mass objects. First contains m1 mass and second contains mass m2, and their center of mass lies at two different points, O1 and O2. So if we join these 2 points, then the total separation distance between these 2 points, find that this is d. So universal law of gravitation states that the total force of attraction due to gravity of their mass object is directly proportional to the product of their masses. It means m1 multiplied by m2, and this force is also inversely proportional to the square of the separation distance of centers of their mass object. Okay, so if we join these two, then from here we get that Fg proportional to m1 m2 divided by d square. If we remove this proportionality from here, then we get a sign or symbol constant, that is this proportionality becomes inequality, and there is a constant against this proportionality that will be equal to g, and this becomes g m1 m2 divided by d square. This is the mathematical form of the universal law of gravitation. Here g is a universal gravitational constant. G is universal gravitational constant. And the numerical value of this universal gravitational constant was measured by Henry Cavendish in 1798. Henry Cavendish measures the value of this g accurately first time in 1798, and he found that the value of this universal gravitational constant is 6.67 into 10 to power minus 11 Newton meter square per kilogram square. So what will be the unit of g? From here you are seeing that unit of g is Newton meter square per kilogram square. So this is a constant, and from here we are seeing that the total force of attraction between two different mass objects is directly proportional to the product of their masses and inversely proportional to the square of the separation distance. So if we apply the formula to calculate the total gravitational force acting between two different mass objects, then we will easily calculate how much force applied by one mass object to the other, and same force will be exerted by the second object on the first due to the action reaction law. Okay, so let us take an example and let us calculate what will be the amount of force acting between two different mass objects. Suppose that, let us suppose here is a mass object whose mass is 10 to power 5 kg, that is 1 lakh kg, and by a distance of 5 kilometer or 500 meter, there are another mass object whose mass is suppose that their mass is 10 to power 6 kilogram. Then what will be the amount of the force acting between these two objects? The distance, separation distance between these two mass objects is from their centers. Okay, so the total force acting between these two objects can be calculated as F equal to G m1 m2 divided by d square. So if we put the value of g from here, 6.67 10 to power minus 11 into m1, that is 10 to power 5, into m2, that is 10 to power 6, divided by d it means 500, and there are square of the 500. So if we solve it, then we get 6.67 divided by 5 squared, that is 25, and 6 and 5, that becomes 11, and 11 will be cancelled by each other, and here 10 to power 2, 10 to power 2 square, it means 10 to power 4 got in upward direction, then it becomes a minus 4. So if we divide this, then we get 66.7 divided by 25 into 10 to power minus 4. So from here we get Fg, it means the force acting between these two different objects is 2.25 to the 50, and 16 it means 25 6, and that will be 167, it means 17, and again 6, and so on. So 10 to power minus 4 Newton. So this is the amount of the force which can be experienced by each of one object by the other. So this mass object can experience amount of force 2.66 in 10 to power minus 4 Newton by this object, and this one is again experienced by this amount of force by this object. So they experiencing each other with the same amount of force, and they are attracting each other. The nature of this gravitational force is always attractive, never repulsive. ओके, कभी भी ग्रेविटेशनल फोर्स रिपल्सिव नेचर का नहीं होता. ग्रेविटेशनल फोर्स हमेशा अट्रैक्टिव नेचर का ही होता है. और इस प्रकार से आप देख रहे हैं कि अगर दो ऑब्जेक्ट जिनके मास अलग अलग दिए गए हों, उनके सेंटर ऑफ मास के बीच सेपरेशन डिस्टेंस दी गई हो, तो उनके बीच लगने वाला जो ग्रेविटेशनल पुल है, इट मीन्स अट्रैक्टिव फोर्स है, उसका आसानी से कैलकुलेशन आप इस फार्मूले की सहायता से कर सकते हैं. ठीक, तो आपके टेक्स्ट बुक में इससे संबंधित तमाम सारे न्यूमेरिकल प्रॉब्लम दी गई हैं, जैसे अर्थ और सन के बीच की डिस्टेंस दी गई है, अर्थ का मास दिया है, सन का मास दिया है, तो अर्थ को सन कितने फोर्स से अपनी ओर अट्रैक्ट कर रहा है, यू कैन कैलकुलेट इट ईजिली, नियरली अबाउट 10⁻21 न्यूटन से अट्रैक्ट कर रहा है। इसी प्रकार अर्थ और मून को अपनी ओर अट्रैक्ट कर रहा है, मून पर अर्थ के द्वारा लगने वाला फोर्स क्या है, अगर हमें मून का मास पता हो, अर्थ का मास पता हो, अर्थ के सेंटर से मून के सेंटर के बीच की डिस्टेंस पता हो, तो हम आसानी से इस फॉर्मूले का प्रयोग करके ये बता सकते हैं कि मून को अर्थ अपनी ओर कितने फोर्स से अट्रैक्ट कर रहा है। ठीक, तो इन सारे प्रॉब्लम्स को आप सॉल्व करिए। ओके, थैंक यू।